Good morning and a very warm welcome to everyone gathered here. I, Dr. Paninda Rahi, Associate Dean Research and co-convener of this conference, extend a warm welcome on behalf of Vivekananda Research Center, WIPS TC, to our esteemed guest, Padam Shri Professor Mahesh Verma, Honorable Vice Chancellor, GGSIPU, Dr. S.C. Wirtz, Honorable Chairman of WIPS TC, all principal WIPS TC, all directors, chairperson, deans, faculty members, and students. It is indeed an honor to commence the inaugural ceremony of the ICSSR-sponsored two-day national conference on the theme, Harnessing Sardar Patel's Legacy for Viksit Bharat 2047. The conference brings together distinguished scholars, policymakers, thought leaders, academicians, and students to reflect on and reignite the enduring voice of the Iron Man of India, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, as we collectively march towards building a Viksit Bharat by year 2047. An education institution marking its silver jubilee through this academic discourse on legacy of Patel add meaningful value to the celebration. I now invite our esteemed dignitaries for lighting of the ceremonial lamp, symbolizing the dispelling of ignorance and the ushering in of enlightenment and knowledge. I request Honorable Chairman Dr. S.C. Wirtz to kindly felicitate our Chief Guest of the Day, Vice Chancellor, sir. Now I request Sardar sir to felicitate Professor Dr. Durgesh sir. give us an academic overview of the conference theme, I now request Professor Dr. Durgesh Tripathi, Dean USMC GGSIPU and Conference Chair, to enlighten us on the objective and significance of this scholarly gathering. He is a renowned contributor to digital media, online education, and youth studies, and has been an advocate of MOOCs and open educational resources, presenting India globally, including at British Parliament. Please, sir.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आप सभी का। सबसे पहले मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा कि यह कार्यक्रम और ये सेमिनार कई मायनों में बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। सबसे पहले ये कि सरदार पटेल की लेगेसी को लेके जो ये कार्यक्रम आयोजित है वो पूरे देश के चुनिंदा एकेडमिक इंस्टीट्यूशंस में दिए गए ICSSR द्वारा। तो मैं समझता हूँ ये पूरे विवेकानंद इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ प्रोफेशनल स्टडीज़ के लिए, यहाँ के छात्रों के लिए, यहाँ के फैकल्टी के लिए बहुत ही गौरवपूर्ण क्षण है आप सभी के लिए। किसी भी संस्थान की तरक्की में, प्रगति में यदि देखा जाए तो दो तीन चीज़ें बहुत महत्वपूर्ण होती हैं और जो आपकी सब थीम्स भी हैं, इक्विटेबल, क्वालिटी और लीडरशिप। मुझे ये पता है कि विप्स बहुत सालों से इस दिशा में पूरी ईमानदारी और मेहनत के साथ ये काम कर रहा है। हमने हमेशा देखा कि 100 से ज़्यादा एकेडमिक इंस्टीट्यूशंस हमारे बीच में हैं, दिल्ली NCR में हैं, हमारे एफिलिएटेड कॉलेज के रूप में अपनी मान्यता रखते हैं, लेकिन विप्स उन सब में मेरा ये मानना है कि टॉप पे है। वह शीर्ष पे होने का कारण केवल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं है, बस उस इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को लीड करना, उसके सपोर्ट करना और एक जो इक्विटेबल की बात है, जो इक्विटी की बात है, जो सपोर्ट की बात है, उसमें वो विश्वास करता है। मैं इसके लिए हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करता हूं और इस मंच के माध्यम से स्वागत करता हूं आदरणीय डॉक्टर SC वत्स साहब का, जो इस संस्थान के संरक्षक ही नहीं, लीडर ही नहीं, वह पूरे जो दिल्ली विधानसभा है उसके एक आदर्श प्रतिनिधि के रूप में, विधायक के रूप में भी सम्मानित हो चुके हैं। मैंने हमेशा देखा कि विप्स हमेशा लीक से हटके और बेस्ट करने का प्रयास करता है और मेरा विश्वास है कि ये आगे भी करता रहेगा। मैं इसके लिए डॉक्टर SC वत्स जी का बहुत हृदय से आभार, अभिनंदन करना चाहता हूँ कि इन्होंने ये मौका दिया कि यूनिवर्सिटी स्कूल ऑफ मास कम्युनिकेशन, गुरु गोविंद सिंह इंद्रप्रस्थ यूनिवर्सिटी इस कार्यक्रम और सरदार पटेल जी के जो गौरवशाली स्वर्णिम इतिहास है उसमें उसके साथ सहभागी होकर अपने कार्यक्रम की शुरुआत करें, इस कार्यक्रम का प्रारंभ करें और ये 2 दिवसीय कार्यक्रम में जितने विचार विमर्श हों वो देश की नई दिशा देने में वो सक्षम हो पाएँ। क्योंकि इस थीम का सीधा सा मतलब ये है कि आने वाले समय में विकसित भारत एट द रेट ऑफ 2047 की जब हम बात करें तो उसमें सरदार की गौरवशाली परंपरा, उनके योगदान को भी चर्चा करें, उन पे विचार विमर्श करें और उसके चलने का प्रयास करें। यदि मैं बात करूं अपने पैटर्न, अपने संरक्षक और पूरे 100 से ज़्यादा विप्स जैसे संस्थानों के मुखिया, नेतृत्वकर्ता, संरक्षक, परम आदरणीय प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर पद्मश्री महेश वर्मा जी का, तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि आप सब उनके परिचय के लिए मोहताज हैं। और केवल दिल्ली NCR की बात नहीं है, पूरे देश की बात नहीं है, विदेशों में भी जब आप कभी जाएंगे तो गुरु गोविंद सिंह इंद्रप्रस्थ यूनिवर्सिटी एक्रेडिटेड बाय NAC A++, QS रैंकिंग, जो टॉप इमर्जिंग कंट्रीज, टॉप इमर्जिंग इंस्टीट्यूशंस फ्रॉम साउथ एशियन कंट्रीज है, उसमें भी गुरु गोविंद सिंह इंद्रप्रस्थ यूनिवर्सिटी का नाम आता है। और उसको कोई क्रेडिट दे सकता है, कोई एक व्यक्ति को क्रेडिट दे सकता है, तो वह हमारे परम आदरणीय प्रोफेसर महेश वर्मा जी हैं। हम सब कहते हैं कि वाइस चांसलर विद द डिफरेंस, वाइस चांसलर विद आइडियाज, और इसको उन्होंने हमेशा से पूरा करके दिखाया है। आप सबको अच्छा भी लगेगा, जान के गौरव भी महसूस होगा कि ईस्ट, वेस्ट, नॉर्थ, साउथ कि जब आप बात करते हैं दिल्ली एनसीआर की, तो आपको सबको पता है कि द्वारका में हमारा विश्वविद्यालय है, जो 2013 में कश्मीरी गेट से वहाँ शिफ्ट हुआ। फिर आप सबके ये संज्ञान में है कि ईस्ट कैंपस जो गुरु गोविंद सिंह इंद्रप्रस्थ यूनिवर्सिटी का है, वे ऑलरेडी इस्टेब्लिश्ड है और वहाँ पे 4 स्कूल्स ऑलरेडी चल रहे हैं, जिसमें यूनिवर्सिटी स्कूल ऑफ मास कम्युनिकेशन भी है। आप सबको जान के ये बहुत खुशी होगी, बहुत आनंद आएगा और आभार व्यक्त करेंगे ऑनरेबल वाइस चांसलर सर का कि आपसे बहुत ही नज़दीक नॉर्थ कैंपस के रूप में नरेला में गुरु गोविंद सिंह इंद्रप्रस्थ विश्वविद्यालय के बहुत सारे स्कूल्स वहाँ पे नए शुरुआत होने जा रहे हैं। ये जो एक प्रगति का रथ है, जो एक कह सकता हूं कि नेतृत्व का रथ है, वो यही नहीं रुका है। आप सबको जान के बहुत अच्छा होगा, लगेगा, गौरव महसूस होगा कि सर के नेतृत्व में साउथ कैंपस गुरु गोविंद सिंह इंद्रप्रस्थ यूनिवर्सिटी का भी बहुत जल्दी स्टार्ट होना है और मुझे लगता है कि उस गौरवपूर्ण क्षण के भी आप सब प्रतिभागी सहभागी होंगे। इसके लिए मैं पुनः हृदय से धन्यवाद दूंगा आदरणीय डॉक्टर यस.सी. वत्स जी का, प्रोफेसर महेश वर्मा सर का, जो हमारे कुलपति हैं, हमारे नेतृत्वकर्ता हैं और संरक्षक हैं, कि उन्होंने सदैव इस तरीके का मार्गदर्शन दिया कि जो देश में नहीं विदेश में आईपी यूनिवर्सिटी को एक इस तरीके के इस्टेब्लिशमेंट को कि वो लीड किया जो पूरे देश और विदेश के लिए एक आदर्श का सबब है। मैं प्रोफेसर सिद्धार्थ मिश्रा जी का भी स्वागत करता हूं। उनका एक बहुत बड़ा कार्यकाल रहा है एक प्रोफेशनल और एकेडमिक जर्नलिस्ट का, जर्नलिज्म का, और उन्होंने हमेशा अपनी भूमिका के साथ, ईमानदारी के साथ, न्याय के साथ उसका निर्वहन किया। और आप सभी विवेकानंद इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ प्रोफेशनल स्टडीज़ के अध्यापक, छात्र के साथ साथ बहुत सारे गणमान्य अतिथि हमारे बीच में हैं, छात्र हैं और बहुत सारे दूसरे संस्थानों के छात्र यहाँ पे उपस्थित रहेंगे। मेरा पूरा विश्वास है कि ये 2 दिवसीय सेमिनार उनको एक नई दशा और दिशा की तरफ प्रेरित करेगा। One thing I would like to conclude with my suggestion and to discuss about and throw light about some important points related with the sub-themes of this very prestigious and contemporary seminar is related with the equitable, quality, gender equality and all. And I do believe that, as you have cited earlier with my reference, that I am little bit contributed and engaged with the digital education and online education in India. I would like to suggest you and to say that if we will be able to include digital education, online education in our pedagogy, in our academic system, I can be able to include each and every objectives of Sardar Patel ji related with the equity, gender equality, caste equality, region equality and all. And after that, I would like to say my thanks to from my core of heart that दिल मांगे मोर, इस कोलैबोरेशन की शुरुआत हमने एक नेशनल सेमिनार महापुरुष के साथ एक थीम के साथ करी है। मेरा विश्वास है और मैं ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि ऑनरेबल वाइस चांसलर सर की बहुत सारी प्रोजेक्ट्स, ड्रीम प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं और उसमें एक है ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन की शुरुआत करना गुरु गोविंद सिंह इंद्रप्रस्थ यूनिवर्सिटी के साथ। और आप सबको पता है कि BBA, BCom, MA मास कम्युनिकेशन की कुछ कोर्सेज की शुरुआत के लिए उन्होंने ऑलरेडी अपनी कमिटमेंट, अपनी सहानुभूति हम सबको दी है। और मैं ये चाहता हूँ कि विवेकानंद इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ प्रोफेशनल स्टडीज की जो लॉन्ग लेगेसी है रिलेटेड विद द एकेडमिक एक्सीलेंस, प्रोडक्शन, टेलीविज़न प्रोडक्शन, ऑनलाइन प्रोडक्शन, मैं चाहता हूँ कि आप सब मेरे साथ इस एक ड्रीम प्रोजेक्ट में मेरा सहयोग करें। मैं आप सबको इनवाइट करता हूं, प्लीज कम एंड ज्वाइन द डिजिटल एजुकेशन inclusion in higher education institutions, as well as you must participate with your potential of knowledge to include and to showcase our country as the capital of the knowledge economy. बहुत बहुत आप सबका धन्यवाद, आभार। इस तरीके का सौभाग्य हम सभी को मिलता रहे, ऐसी मैं प्रार्थना करता हूँ ईश्वर से। और जहाँ एकादशी है, मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि यह अद्भुत क्षण, कहते हैं कि एकादशी में जो आप मांगते हो एक, तो कई 100 लाख मिलता है। तो मैं ऐसी प्रार्थना करता हूँ महाप्रभु श्री कृष्ण से कि ये मौका हमेशा दे कि आप सबके बीच में आने का मौका मिले, और हमें हमारे पैटर्न, हमारे नेतृत्वकर्ता प्रोफेसर महेश वर्मा जी, डॉक्टर वेस्ट जी का हमेशा से मुझे आशीर्वाद और सम्मान इसी तरीके से मिलता रहे। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Professor Tripathi, for contextualizing this conference in the light of Sardar Patel's value and India's 2047 vision. And also, thank you for acknowledging WIP's contribution in the field of education. To formally welcome you all, I now call upon Honorable Chairman Dr. S.C. Wirtz, sir, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning to all of you. Present amongst us is the phenomenon of a man, an institution by himself. And when I say here the phenomenon of a man, is a very tall figure. And his vision goes far ahead of the times that we are into. These are difficult times, competitive times, and we have to go along with the trends that are being set in AI, quantum, communication. And he has been a tremendous source of inspiration and support to us. Well, there are so many things that which is known by Padam Shri Dr. Mahesh Verma ji, हमारे प्रख्यात विश्वविद्यालय के उपकुलपति हैं, और हम सबके लिए बड़ा गौरव का विषय है. It's a rare privilege bestowed on us that he has, in spite of his very busy schedule, he could still take time out for the WIPs. I'll narrate 3 incidents related to Sardar Patel. When he was arguing one case of a convict who was convicted for murder, he had not committed the murder. But he came to Sardar Patel that I am an innocent man, having been framed by the prosecution in case of murder, under Section 302. Sardar Patel, while arguing this case in Rajkot, he got a telegram. And he looked at it, and then for a little while, unfazed, he continued with his argument. But the judge could read the reflection on his face and said, "What happened?" So nothing happened. When I'm arguing to save one life is lost. His own wife was dead, but he remained undeterred, unfrizzled, absolutely nothing to do with it, and he never compromised on the interest of his client. His client's interest was foremost. Undeterred he remained. He continued his arguments in favor of the convict, who was wrongly accused of murder. Second thing, the most difficult state, which was refusing to find the accession certificate, that was state of Hyderabad. And the Nizam was he has a network of railways, the postal services of his own. So he was pampered by the British, and he thought he's a British favorite, So he refused to sign the accession certificate. Sardar Patel was the Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister of India. And he devised a strategy. Now you'll understand what Sardar Patel was. Why is he called an Iron Man? He invited the Nizam of Hyderabad for a meeting with the Prime Minister and a courtesy call, and he said, "Please come, and we'd like to have an interaction with you. We are not talking about anything with regard to the accession of your state. We are happy as it is. You remain in Nizam of Hyderabad. It is the richest state." So he made him stay in the then Imperial Hotel, which was the only hotel in free India. Imperial Hotel was the only one which was very high, portals. So he was made to stay there, and while walking through the portal, he felt very dwarfed because his height was 5'2" or 5'1". So while walking through the portal, he felt complete, his psychology was complete. He was terrified about what tall things are there. First thing, psychological thing. He made him stay for 3 days. One minister or the other will be hosting him dinner. And finally, many got agitated as to why my time is being wasted. I'm the Nizam of Hyderabad, the richest state in India, having its own railway network and the postal network. He conveyed to Mr. Menon, who was the then secretary to the Deputy Prime Minister of India, and he said, look, Mr. Menon, in case your Deputy Prime Minister is not free to meet me, then I'm going out back to my state. So Menon conveyed to Sardar Patel, he is now completely fed up and he's completely frustrated and he might go back to his home state. Sardar Patel says, you bring him to the Parliament House. So the Deputy Prime Minister had an office in the Parliament House. Again, those portals of the Parliament House, वो जो ऊंचे मीनार हैं, उनमें से गुजार के ले गए. Sardar Patel didn't look up when Mr. Menon told, Sir, Nizam of Hyderabad has come. He didn't raise this, just simply looked like this after a pause. And then he stood up himself. He didn't offer him a chair. He put his hand on his shoulder and said, let's walk in the lawns. And closely, they were followed by Menon. So he said, Nizam Sahib, you signed the accession study with the Union of India. He said, I told you categorically, I'm not the one to buckle under any pressure. So he said, Menon, you bring those accession papers. He got shell-shocked. He said, listen, either you sign the accession with India, or else you are under house arrest. 1. 2, General Chaudhary has already been given a marching order. He has already conquered the state of Hyderabad. This was Sardar Patel. His determination, his vision, that's why he is known as the Iron Man of India. So the different anecdotes, his own brother, elder brother, he's also named Vithalbhai Patel, and he was Vallabhbhai Patel. So he got clearance from the visa and his admission in that Bharat law. And when he looked, his elder brother looked at the papers, you are going for doing your Bharat law to Britain without my permission? And he said, V.B. Patel and V.B. Patel, it is actually for you. He gave 10,000 rupees then at that time to his elder brother. That was Sardar Patel. So we have few things in the name of Sardar Patel, but do we emulate him in our day-to-day life? What a strong man he was. And before him, the so-called ministers and even the Prime Minister felt very dwarfed. When I went to the Statue of Unity on the banks of the river Narmada, it was a proud moment for me. I said, what great people were there to lead India. And today India would have been a little different. But now, with the strikes, such surgical strikes under Operation Sindoor has again brought that honor and respect to India. Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, thank you so much indeed. We are so overwhelmed with your warmth and your goodwill for us. But we are equally spirited to do something more, and this pat on our back will encourage us further. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for such a warm and insightful welcome. Your words set the tone for meaningful and impactful conference. Professor Mahesh Verma, Vice Chancellor, GGSIPU. He was earlier Dean of Maulana Azad Institute of Dental Sciences, New Delhi, the best-ranked dental institution established by him. He is also Chairman of NABH. For distinguished services to the nation, Dr. Mahesh Verma was conferred highest medical Dr. B.C. Roy Award by President of India in Okay, so now I welcome so yours was the longest CV I have ever read. so we have our chief guest with us to deliver an inaugural
Thank you.
address.
Respected Dr. S.C. Was, Chairman of WIPS, Professor Siddharth Mishra, very renowned journalist and the chief of WIPS School of Journalism and Mass Communication, my dear Professor Durgesh Tripathi, Dean of University School of Mass Communication, dear Professor Amita Dev, former Vice Chancellor of Indira Gandhi Technical University for Women. We've had some great time together. All the guests here, there must be the keynote speakers as I go through your program. There are a number of sessions lined up. Professor Anuradha Jain, it was also wonderful working with her some time back, and all the bright faculty of WIPS, Professor Subbarao, and I think we have some officers from ICSSR, Mr. R.K. Sharma, and all the staff members, dear students and delegates. Namaskar. Truly, it's a sheer delight for me to be in this hall yet again, because I've come to this room multiple times, and I'm very delighted this time that today we are here for a meeting, for a conference, for a workshop, which is, very resonating very deeply on the idea of resurgent and united India, isn't it? Today, the entire world is looking at us, and that wow factor, how India is marching ahead, and as your chairman just mentioned, that Operation Sindoor is a testament that how unitedly we have been marching ahead, and especially we are here to celebrate. We are also here, to harness that Sardar Patel's legacy of Viksit Bharat. Imagine Bharat in 1947 and Bharat in 2047. So, how are we harnessing that legacy? And at the outset, let me congratulate WIPS, Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies, for choosing this theme. Of course, with the help of ICSSR, ISS, Indian Council of Social Sciences. And I think the theme is very timely and timeless. Because it's timely, because we are, at the cusp today of becoming Viksit, and also timeless, because what he preached and what he taught us is timeless. It'll be relevant infinite, from years together, decades together, centuries together. So, but also let me take this opportunity to appreciate your chairman, because he's a very uncanny kind of ability. He can move the mountains. Because I was not supposed to be here. I had certain other unavoidable engagements, but I know he knows how to arm twist. And honestly, my infatuation, my admiration, and my affection and love to Dr. Was, everybody knows it. And when he says it, I got to do it. So I'm very, very happy to be here amongst you this morning. And I really feel that this conference is actually It's a call for conscience, call for reaffirmation of the vision and values of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the law push, isn't it? And I think it's very relevant, this choosing theme, because on one side we are celebrating his 150th year of birth celebrations, because he was born on 31st of October 1875. And on the other side, we are also celebrating the legacy of institutions which are shaping the future of India. And when I talk about that legacy of institution, I'm actually referring to WIPS, because I know that WIPS is celebrating its silver jubilee. It's a silver jubilee, and WIPS has always been our flagship, our niche, branded, institution of Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University. We always take pride in sharing everybody that WIPS is part of our university. And I think these 25 years of WIPS, and we've just done we are running 27 years of our existence of the university. I think we have shared a great journey together, and this journey has been rooted in 3 E's. What are those 3 E's? One is the excellence, another is ethics, and third is empowerment. Because the university always believed in excellence, and so is WIPS, and has to be very ethical, nothing under the table, and empowerment. As I was just sharing with your chairman and Madam Amita, that the university loves to empower its institutions. The very fact that we started post-graduation, we started PhD in our affiliated institutions, and empowering you to go further and move forward is a testament that the philosophy we believe in. And these 2.5 decades of WIPS, which is 25 years, I think WIPS today really, as Professor Tripathi said, that it has really grown into a beacon of excellence, a brilliance, upholding the values of Swami Vivekananda. It's very easy to name an institution, but to follow the philosophy of that institution is a true mark of excellence. Vivekananda, we know that we always hold Swamiji in a great awe. He said that "Utho jago, jab tak ruko mat, jab tak tum lakshya ki prapti na karo." और शायद वही मोटो है विप्स का, और वही मोटो है गुरु गोविंद सिंह इंद्रप्रस्थ यूनिवर्सिटी का, बिकॉज उनके भी नाम पे जिस नाम पे ये यूनिवर्सिटी है, there has been no parallel to Guru Gobind Singh. And we blended, your mission with the spirit, as he said, the spirit of institution. I think this really, it brings a great outcome, because when you have your philosophy and you also have your mission to do that. And I really want to, at this juncture, let me also congratulate Professor Mishra and through him, the School of Mass Communication, because it's not just WIPS and IP University, but it is the School of Mass Communication and Journalism and the blend of the University School of Mass Communication that, that blend 1 + 1 is not 11 here. 1 + 1 here is 21, because, this meaningful, mingling leads to result which multiplies into multiform. And as Professor Durgesh just now said, that this is only a beginning, and hopefully this collaboration continues, and it really exemplifies into much more endeavors in times to come. We are talking about Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel's legacy, and Dr. Vas just shared some of the anecdotes, real life anecdotes, and it was really very soul stirring, very inspiring. That the way, the strategy, how how it all went around, and how he was able to manage those 565 or 560 princely states. How they were united. It's not so easy, and without any war, without any violence, with a strategy. Imagine the strategy, the willpower, and the patience. वो हम गांधी जी के लिए कहते हैं कि बिना खड़ग बिना ढाल साबरमती के संत तूने कर दिया कमाल. And I also say that बिना खड़ग बिना ढाल ये नाडियाड के संत तूने कर दिया कमाल, because he was born in Nadiad, Gujarat. So, and I also want to share with you a personal anecdote that I come from Bilaspur, Himachal Pradesh. My gaon is at the bank of a Satluj river, and where that was the only link from Punjab to go to Himachal. That was part of, it was all princely states, Punjab, Himachal, and there was no isolated Himachal. And my district called Bilaspur. And you will be surprised that you're talking about Junagadh and you're talking about Hyderabad, which got into Himachal, got into Indian Republic much after 47. But I want to tell you, you please read the history and Google it and WhatsApp it, that my state, my district was a princely state. It was ruled by Raja Anand Chand. And I've seen him when I was a child. I was studying there. He was, of course, he was also a member of parliament. But before that, India became independence in 47. But the Bilaspur state got into Indian Republic in October 48. And my grandmother used to tell me, because we had a kacha road in front of a house, which was a link from Roopnagar, Ropar, Kiratpur Sahib, and going to Bilaspur. And she used to share with me, I never knew that one day, I'm going to narrate this incident, that because those days the motor cars were very rare. I mean, you would hardly see in 6 months one car passing in front of it. She said they have seen Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, plying his car, plying on that road multiple times and going and meeting Raja Anand Chand to negotiate so that, and he finally acceded to Indian Republic in October 1948, and then again he acceded, but it still was not emerged with the Indian Republic. It remained as an independent state, and it was ruled by a chief commissioner. In 1954, it was really inducted into an Indian Republic. So till 1948 to 1954, it was like an independent state. It was ruled by a chief commissioner. So very history, and it's just coincidental that we are talking about Vallabhbhai Patel here, and and the all things what he has done. I don't want to repeat that, but I think it was ये उनका दृढ़ संकल्प था, उनका राष्ट्र प्रेम था, जिसने भारत को सचमुच एक अखंड राष्ट्र बनाया. और यही नहीं, उन्होंने बहुत सारी चीजें, see the IAS, IPS, all those, unification. See how IAS, we have a central service which is ruling the entire country, and every state has a cadre, but center has no cadre, and all the center officers are taken from the state. So it's a very unique way of unification. So all that has been laid by Vallabhbhai Patel, and I think he was not just the architect of India's political integration. I think it was much beyond, and that's what your theme of your conference all about. His ideas about justice, as Durgesh just talked about, equality, unity, empowerment, and education, and really the ideals, which is all those attributes, all those ethos which he believed in, are really shown that how India, probably that was a fundamentals of how we progress all these years. And I think these still remain valid today, and that's our kind of a roadmap today for us to be Viksit Bharat by 2047. And we all hear the voices today which are respected, और चाहे वो शिक्षा हो, न्याय हो, समानता हो और सशक्तिकरण हो, ये सब चीज़ें हम बात करते हैं. आई थिंक ये सिर्फ नीतियाँ नहीं, आई थिंक ये एक रोड मैप है, एक रास्ता है जिसके द्वारा हमें आगे बढ़ना है, और यही मूल्य हैं जो हमें विकसित भारत की ओर ले जा रहे हैं और हम विकसित भारत बन के रहेंगे. सो लेट अस नॉट जस्ट ऑनर हिज लेगेसी. आई थिंक we remember his legacy, we are honoring it, but I think we got to live with it. We got to lead with it. We got to lead this legacy, and we also build it further. I mean, it is there, but let's strengthen it, make it more valid, make it more powerful, and make it grow further. I have been in a healthcare as a I was in Maulana Azad for a long time. Now I'm pushed here at the university in academics and as administration. I think I'm really inspired by that philosophy of Sardar Patel, especially for the nation building, because he always believed in building education and character, isn't it? I think, and I quote one of his very powerful statement. He said, manpower without unity is not a strength. And he said, unless it is harmonized and united properly, then it becomes a spiritual power. I mean, it's not just unification, but he said it has to be harmonized and then united. And then it becomes a spiritual power. And I think what he meant by a spiritual power, by a superpower, because spiritual is a different dimension, but really a superpower. That means you can get together when you are harmony, when your beliefs are same, your philosophy is same, and you move forward. You really can, scale the mountains, and I think this is what we are teaching in management today. The teamwork, the leadership styles, the management style. What is that? Because it's not just unification; it's the harmonization, which is so. It has to be like-minded, isn't it? If you're united but you are different-minded, it doesn't take you anywhere. So I feel. And I say here with proud here that as a Vice Chancellor, I think our classrooms, our campuses, our conversations, they become very powerful tools, powerful medium, powerful spaces for shaping New India. And we must use them to promote dialogue, dignity, and diversity. Our campuses, our institutions are affiliated institute. They become the breeding ground. They become the nurturing labs, for a Viksit Bharat. And मुझे लगता है कि आज हमारे जो युवा यहाँ बैठे हैं, वो हमारा सबसे बड़ा संसाधन है, और यही युवा शक्ति है जो हमें आगे लेके जाएगी. और जिस देश के पास युवा शक्ति है, जागरूकता है, जो सशक्त है और जो संकल्पित है, वो उस देश को विकसित बनाने से कोई नहीं रोक सकता. और आप सबकी खासकर जो यंगस्टर्स हैं आजकल, उनकी सोच में उड़ान है. दे ऑलवेज दे थिंक हाई, थिंक बियॉन्ड, एंड उनके हाथों में निर्माण की ताकत है. और अगर इस शक्ति को हम बिल्कुल सही रूप से हम प्रयोग करेंगे, तो ये सचमुच जो है, हमें 2047 तक वेट करने की जरूरत नहीं है. हम उससे पहले ही विकसित भारत बनेंगे. और मैंने जैसा अभी आपको कहा कि वी आर एट द कस्प, राइट एट द कस्प, एंड ऑल वी नीड योर पुश. द गाइज हु आर इन दिस हॉल, in the back seats, the youngsters, we need you to push it. We are right at the cusp, just a little nudge and push and elevation that we can, we really can be there. I'm very happy that this conference is, I was looking at looking at your program. It's a very diverse, diverse people from diverse background, diverse voices, many voices, from the grassroots to the youth participation, because the future of India is never built in isolation. If you are, unless you co-created with conversations, it has to be co-created. You cannot move ahead all alone. Again, let me congratulate VIPs for their consistent efforts, because every time I come here, Dr. Watts has something up his sleeve. He always has something very innovative, something very different, and his consistent efforts, in spite of, he's a senior Dr. Watts. I don't want to say that he's aged, but he's a senior Dr. Watts, and in spite of all that, just see his charisma, his enthusiasm, his power to energize everybody. And I'm sure these deliberations, always when such things happen, always they contribute to valuable ideas and actionable insights. When you get together, put your mind together, something comes out of it, and that's how we take it forward. So lastly, I would like to say that united we stand because he united us first. If he had not united us, we would not be united, and he was more than just a leader. I think today, if you reflect back, he is a backbone of modern India. So आज हम इस कॉन्फ्रेंस के द्वारा और आज के दिन हम एक संकल्प लें कि हम ये जो लौह संकल्प है उसके साथ हम आगे बढ़ें और मिलकर एक ऐसा भारत बनाएं जो विकसित हो, जो विकासशील हो, जो समावेशी हो और जो आत्मनिर्भर हो. धन्यवाद. जय हिंद, जय भारत.
Thank you, sir, for your gracious presence and for illuminating the path ahead with your insightful words. We are truly honored. Every successful event stands on the shoulders of vision, effort, and collaboration. To express our heartfelt gratitude and to conclude this inaugural session, I now request Professor Siddharth Mishra, Chairperson VRC, VHMC, and Conference Chair, to deliver concluding remarks and vote of thanks.
Dr. Verma, Dr. Watts, my younger brother Durgesh Tripathi, my senior colleagues here, faculty members and students. Before we entered this hall, Dr. Verma had suggested that there should be a very short vote of thanks. So you are rest assured on that. So I think we all have that there. We do not need the words to express it. It's there in our spirit that you have been very, very kind to us that we were able to collaborate with the university and organize this conference. Now about now coming to the part of concluding remarks, this is, as they say that Dr. Watts talked about it, Dr. Verma talked about it, and Dr. Verma said something very, very vital about integration and harmony. Sardar, and we have had Pahalgam, we have had Operation Sindoor yesterday. Sardar Patel is not given much credit about integration of Kashmir to India. Whereas the Patel scholars here and those who have studied Patel's life would recognize that if after signing of the instrument of accession, it was Patel who ensured that Kashmir fully integrated with this country. On 4th of November 1947, Badgam Day, the day of Shumnath Sharma's small troop defended the airport and pushed the Qabilis out of Srinagar. On 7th of November, Sardar was there in Srinagar. That kind of, in those days, with whole lot of militants all around, he still had that leadership to land there. And on landing on the airport, he asked that how do we integrate Kashmir? What all is required to integrate Kashmir? And as you know, till then, Kashmir was connected to India through Lahore. And Lahore had gone to Pakistan, road from Srinagar went to Lahore, and then it came to India. So we needed a road to Kashmir. And in the winter of 1947, N.V. Gadgil was the Minister for Works then. Sardar, kind of motivated him, convinced him, and the road from Pathankot to Jammu was built, which allowed the movement of people, the troops and everything into Kashmir. Because it was in those days, it was not really possible. And plus Srinagar did not have that big an airport to land so many troops in the valley. So it was this road which was built that our troops moved in there. The second thing which Patel asked at that point of time, which was there in nobody's mind at that point of time, that how do we integrate Ladakh? And Ladakh was absolutely inaccessible at that point of time.
And after deliberation, it was, we needed to send our troops. So the army commander, Major General K.S. Thimaya, he suggested that we'll move our troops on foot from Ferozpur, 8th Gurkha Battalion, from Ferozpur to Ladakh via Manali. And they did walk that troop and through the dirt roads. And it was at that point of time that, that vision was created to again connect Ladakh through Manali to the remaining part of the country. That even if this road got blocked, the another road was there. So that is what was harmonizing, when we talked about, integration and harmony. Yes, credit for integration went to somebody else, signing of instrument of accession went to somebody else, but it was Sardar who actually integrated Jammu and Kashmir to this country through this infrastructure initiatives which he took. He's called Sardar because after Baradoloi agitation, Gandhi called him Sardar of Kisans, farmers. But then Sardar was Sardar of many missions. I mentioned about one, several have been mentioned by my preceding speakers. Another instance which I want to bring to the knowledge of this house is that it was Sardar, at one point of time, B.R. Ambedkar had walked out of the Constituent Assembly and he refused to draft the Constitution. Sardar, much senior in stature, much bigger a leader, visited him and he said, I want to come to your home and have a cup of tea. And he went to his home and said that, मैं किसान हूँ, मैं जानता हूँ किस बीज में क्या उत्पादन हो सकता है. So that is why I want you to be drafting the committee of the report and you will have your way. And that is how, the role of Sardar in making of the constitution, and we have a theme on this. We have a speaker who is coming here and speaking on Sardar Patel and making of the constitution. Sir, we assure you that at the end of this conference, we shall be coming out with a compendium of very high valued articles on Sardar's work and history, which shall prove to be a milestone in the study of Sardar Patel. And I am very grateful to your support, the support of the WIPS management and support of my colleagues here for having, having loaned us faculty from all departments. All the deans, all the chairpersons, directors, and some of them are participating in the conference. Professor Sobarao is going to deliver a paper on, Professor Ratan Sharma is chairing one of the sessions. So we have been able to, Dr. Radha Jain is going to be in one of the sessions. So it's going to be a real good academic expedition. And at the end, and I always say, the value of a conference lies in the publication that we bring out. And sir, God willing, we shall be inviting you to the launch of the volume on Sardar Patel, where you should feel very proud that you inaugurated this conference. Thank you all so much for your patience. Thank you.
So we conclude the inaugural ceremony of this national conference. I request everybody to stand up for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
So I invite all the chairperson, deans and director to join us for a tea in green room. And we invite all the participants to reassemble in conference room for plenary session followed by technical session as per the schedule. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you.